Good evening, everybody. We begin with this dramatic video. This was taken from a dash cam. You see the explosion followed by the thick black smoke. This is a driver who just happened to be in the area. Bryant Petty sent us this video. You can only imagine what was going through his mind as he witnessed this. That is the overpass that's going right into the airport, and that's the rail line. That's something else. It came very close to hitting the rail line, but ultimately we have learned that the small plane crashed into a building that was perhaps vacant into an open field. The hope is nobody on the ground was injured. We're still trying to get information about the two people on the plane. We can tell you that it was a Kamaka airplane. This is a company that offers charters. In fact, they put on their website that they offer charters last minute. You can call them up 7 days a week. They also do cargo and animals and ship inter-island. Jen Benitez has been at the scene. She's been speaking with witnesses and joins us with the very latest information. Jen, what can you tell us? Give us your latest update.
Thank you, Dash. Well, like you said, this happened just after 3 p.m. We're still waiting on word, and actually in just a few moments, we will be getting this update from both HFD, from EMS, as well as Department of Transportation. We're going to have a live interview with all three people. You see, we've got Ed Sniffen here, Chief Howell with HFD, Dr. Ireland as well.
Hello, everybody. Thanks so much for coming out. Today, absolute tragedy occurred with one of our airline service provider, Ohana. We had a Cessna 208 Kamaka Airlines plane crash into the building behind me here. 2 souls were on board, both perished. Soon after the crash, our airport firefighters, HFD and EMS responded to the scene very, very quickly to make sure that they put out the fire, cleared the debris, cleared the building to ensure there was nobody inside that got hurt. Great thing is this building was abandoned behind me, so nobody was inside at the time. Really appreciate all the work that our emergency responders put into this to make sure we kept everybody safe. Right now, our DOT and Kamaka Air are working with NTSB and FAA on the investigation that follows, and more details will come. But from all of us, our condolences go out to the 2 people in the plane who perished. Really sorry for what we see today.
Chief Howell?
Chief Howell from the Honolulu Fire Department. Again, it's a tragic loss. Our condolences go out to the Kamaka Air Ohana. And again, it's great teamwork between the state ARF and our firefighters who did fire control. With fire control. We did interior search to clear the building. Fortunately, the building is an abandoned building, so it's the best case scenario. No one else was involved in two souls that were lost. So again, it's very tragic, and our hearts go out to the families and again, the Kamaka Air Ohana. Again, mahalo.
Chief, do you know roughly how many resources you had to sort of expend on this? How many firefighters were involved?
I can't give you the exact numbers, but normally we have about 5 to 6 units of our own responding initially. But ARF, again, did a great job of getting on scene, getting water on fire, and actually had it contained very well to the exterior portion of the building.
Chief, can you confirm the exact location? Where did the Cessna land when it went down?
From my understanding, it hit the exterior stairwell area, so there was no really fire other than was more confined to the exterior portion of the building.
Chief, as of right now, can you describe what the scene looks like after an hour of response time?
Actually, like I said, the fire is not much contained by the building. It's more in the parking lot area and confined to the wreckage itself. So the wreckage is primarily out in the parking lot.
How wide of a debris field was scattered by the impact?
No more than 50 feet, but that's under investigation.
We see a drone above the building. Can you tell us what the drone is doing?
Our drones are, as from the Honolulu Fire Department, we're just getting some aerial views to assist with our fire investigators.
Dr. Ireland, the response you guys had from emergency services?
So James Ireland, Emergency Services Department, again, just to echo what the other chiefs said, it's just a tragedy today, and our thoughts and prayers are with the family. And in EMS, we always hope that there's somebody to help, and tragically today that wasn't the case. We responded today with our Assistant Chief of Operations, who is our Incident Commander, Jeff Zuckernick, to my left, 2 district chiefs, We sent 2 ambulances initially and had a few more on standby. We also brought our ambulance bus, which is behind the cameras, and then our incident command vehicle. Now, our EMS office is just 2 blocks from here, right on the other side of Dunkin' Donuts, so we arrived very quickly. Also, fortunately, we were at Fire Station 8 on Valkenburg doing training, so we had a large number of our assets really simultaneously with the Honolulu Fire Department as well as a state airport fire rescue. Our initial assessment was there were 2 deceased in the wreckage, and again, just so tragic because we really are always hoping that there's somebody to help. And our concerns then were on the building. Part of the building was leaning over from the damage from the aircraft, so it wasn't safe underneath that, and the fire department kind of cordoned that off so it wouldn't be a risk to the rescuers. And then we just waited in case there was anybody in the building. But again, because it was an abandoned building, fortunately there was no one there. So we have some resources here. We're kind of wrapping up. And from the city standpoint, going to be turning this over to the Honolulu Medical Examiner. Thank you.
Are you able to give the ID of the 2 souls on board?
You know, that's nothing that I know about. You know, we responded. We determined the 2 had passed, and that was the extent of the EMS role, other than just standing by in case there were other victims within the building.
Do any of the officials at least know the age ranges of those on board?
We don't have any of that information.
So the FAA doesn't allow us to release any information until they clear it. Once they're cleared, then they can start releasing from there.
We understand some family members were on scene. Did you folks, I know the sheriffs made contact with them. Can you tell us what their reaction was when they spoke to the officials?
We talked to them. There's one group of family members who knew their member was on board, and there's another group that was information that we could give to them, but Kamaka Air contacted them, asked them to come down to their offices so they could speak to them directly.
Ed, can I ask you real quick, and I don't want to sound insensitive, but obviously Kamaka Air was affected. Were any other operations for Honolulu Airport affected as far as the other major airlines, commercial airlines?
So no other operations were affected, but everybody who flies Mokulele, if they have a flight tonight, should check in with them. The streets around the area are closed, so they should check in with their provider just in case. And definitely not insensitive. There's impacts that occur. Absolutely tragic situation. We want to make sure that we minimize this as much as possible.
And one more question for you. You mentioned this building was unoccupied, but what is it normally for?
So the airports, we own this building. The DOT owns it. We're going to be demolishing this building in the future to build a new parking structure that allows us to build out the Diamond Head Concourse. So thankfully, nobody's in the building. It's unoccupied. We don't have any plans to use this building in the future.
Was going, and that in fact it was a charter flight.
So from what I understand, it took off from runway 4 left. It's not a charter flight, it was a training flight. So there were only 2 souls on board. And I don't want to say only. This could have been much worse, but the situation was limited to the 2 that was flying the plane, and nobody else on the ground. From what we understand, and we're looking at the reports now, the pilot made a lot of adjustments to minimize what they hit. And we're watching the footage now. We're working with the NTSB and FAA to see what that looks like. From what we understand from people who saw the crash, they avoided quite a bit of structures, including our fuel farm, to minimize the impacts that were had.
So are the large white domes there, is that the fuel?
That's correct.
Ed, thank you so much.
Thank you. As you heard, confirmation there that only 2 souls on board for this Kamaka Air flight, that it was a training flight, and that pilot knew well enough to try to make sure that they didn't hit anything or created the least amount of damage possible by hitting an abandoned building. He could have possibly hit the skyline. He could have possibly hit the fuel buildings behind us. So extremely brave actions by one of the souls on board, who, as you just got confirmation, did perish in this flight. We will continue to monitor this situation, let you know any new developments that come to us. Live from Daniel K. Inouye International Airport, Jen Boniza, KH12 News. Back to you in studio.
Righty, Jen Boniza, thank you very much for that. Our Jill Kuramoto has also been down at the scene following the developments. Again, a Kamaka Airlines charter flight on a training flight with 2 people. and crashing into that building there, a building that was abandoned, as you heard, owned by the Department of Transportation. Good news, nobody on the ground injured. Let's go to Jill Kuramoto with more witnesses who saw what happened this afternoon. Jill?
Yes, hi, Dash. We are on Uolena Street and Rogers Boulevard, so just about maybe, I don't know, 100 or so yards away from where Jen is. And you can tell behind me there's a heavy emergency response team here, and there's a wide area that's being blocked off. So we are just in one section, but Aolele Street, where the crash actually happened, is on the other side, and we can't even access that. So as you can tell, you're learning information just as quickly as we are here. But earlier today, we went by Kamaka Air just to see if we could get any information about what happened. There was someone that answered at the door, but they weren't able to give us any information. And as we were walking here, we ran into several family members who appeared to be very distraught. They couldn't as well, and I guess just as you heard in this press conference earlier, that there's still a lot of things that are not confirmed. So I can imagine that everything is pretty raw. Much of this information is very fluid, and what we're learning about what happened is still unclear. But we can tell you that there is a large area that is still blocked off in this airport area, so it's advised that if you have any reason to be out here, that maybe you should find another way around or delay any type of transportation that you need to come if you have to come to this area at all. So again, we hope to get more information as the evening goes on, and we'll get that to you as soon as we can. Reporting live from the airport area, Jill Kuramoto, back to you.